Very welcome once again to Time Please, where we organise a night out in a pub so you can have a night in. Coming to you from the Jester in Leeds. For the ultimate winners of the competition, of course, the Time Please bell and that trip to Amsterdam. But no prize could outshine Jenny Powell. But now to the real star attractions, tonight's teams. Would you welcome from Waltham, the Tilted Barrel. The Tilted Barrel, so called because it's on a hill, which must be very useful at chucking night time. They can all roll home. I'll introduce you to the team members from left to right. Roy Tarbett, who is a retired surveyor. Alan McElveen, the team captain, who's an electrician. And Kevin Donovan, the third member of the team, who's manager of a shipping company. They are the Tilted Barrel. Half Moon used to be a tea room, would you believe, but they're used to stronger stuff there now. And the team is pretty strong stuff too. Let me introduce you to them, beginning with Jane Barker, who is a farmer's wife, the team captain, also a farmer's wife, Joe Stockwell, and the third member of the team, banker Pam Wood. That's the Half Moon. Round one, individual questions to be answered through the team captain. 2 points for a correct answer, 1 point in bonus points possibly to be picked up. Can you tell me which French playwright died on stage while performing in one of his own plays? Have a stab at it, not at all. Okay, we'll pass it over to the Half Moon. Can anybody answer that?
Jean-Louis?
No, Molière is what I was looking for there. Okay, no points scored. Back to you, Tilted Barrel. Moses led them out of Egypt, but who led the people of Israel into the Promised Land?
No answer.
No answer. Half Moon, a chance again.
Aaron?
No, Joshua was the answer there. Okay, back to you, Tilted Barrel, scoring well so far. Which famous march comes from Mendelssohn's A Midsummer's Night's Dream? Difficult opening round this. Not a clue. Okay, Half Moon. The Wedding March is the answer I was looking for there. Okay, back to you, Tilted Barrel, in this high-scoring game. What did Ian Ball attempt to do in the Mall in London on the 20th of March, 1974? Ian Ball.
He tried to assassinate Princess Anne.
Well, he tried certainly to kidnap her. I think that gives you your first 2 points. Which feature, Tilted Barrel, of Britain's roads and highways was introduced in London on the 31st of October, 1951?
Zebra crossings.
Well done. 2 points. Beginning to worry me there. Approximately how many figures are there in China's rediscovered terracotta army? Approximately.
600.
No, way out, way out. Half Moon, have a go.
6,000.
That's a bit better, but the answer I was looking for was 10,000. I don't think close enough. Not a particularly high-scoring attempt to the first round. How exactly did they do?
The Half Moon didn't score any points at all, I'm afraid. Never mind, girls. Better late next time. The Tilted Barrel, however, they scored 4 points.
Okay. So not a huge deficit to overcome there, Half Moon. Let's see how you do. Answers through Joe. What does the Duke of Westminster receive back from the Americans in the year 2955?
The American Embassy.
That's right, in Grosvenor Square. Well done. 2 points. In which operetta by Gilbert and Sullivan does the judge marry the plaintiff? What was the operetta called?
Iolanthe.
That is incorrect. Tilted Barrel?
No answer.
No, trial by jury. Half Moon, name 3 of the 5 principal Channel Islands that are British dependencies. 3 of the 5 principal Channel...
Jersey, Guernsey and Sark.
Well done. You could have also had Alderney and Herm, but that gets you 2 points. That's good enough. In the TV series of Only Fools and Horses, what have Del Boy and Raquel named their son?
They named him Albert. Albert.
That's incorrect. Tilted barrel. Damien, that's a good omen. Well done. That gets you a bonus point. Okay. Half Moon, 2 questions to go still in this round. In which Thomas Hardy book does character Michael Henchard appear? Which Thomas Hardy book?
Mayor of Casterbridge.
Absolutely correct, 2 points. In 1957, Colin Chapman designed a new British sports car with a glass fibre body. What was it called?
Blue Street.
No. Can you take a tilted barrel?
Lotus Elan.
It was the Lotus Elite. Good enough for a point, I think. Well done. So, at the end of round 1, let's see the way it stands.
Well, the girls have managed to catch up. They've now got 6 points. Come up from nothing. Well done, girls. I like that. And the tilted barrel, they've got a bonus 2 points, which means they've scored 6 as well. So it's even Stevens.
Okay, round 2 is our sort of mini version of Mastermind. One member from each team will be put in the spotlight, and they will be expected to answer specialist questions which are contained in either the red or the yellow envelope. And I'll ask you, tilted barrel, to pick an envelope. You don't know what the subject is, but first of all, pick an envelope till we find out what it is. Red. Okay, the subject in this red envelope. How are you in pop music? These specialist questions are on Madonna. Right, what I want you to do, Alan, is nominate either yourself or a member of your team to answer these questions on Madonna.
I'll nominate Kevin.
Kevin, you're in the spotlight on Madonna. No conferring on this one, and no bonus points to be picked up. Give me one of Madonna's 2 middle names she was christened with. One of the 2.
No.
Louise Veronica. You could have had either one. Okay. Which of her albums had sales of over 11 million?
True Blue.
True Blue?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
2 points.
Cool.
Well done. In what year did Madonna top both the singles and the album charts?
84.
86 is what we're looking for. What was the name of Madonna's first husband, and to date, only husband?
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, the actor. Well done, 2 points. What was the name of the first film she starred in?
No.
Desperately Seeking Susan.
Yeah.
What was the X-rated film In Bed with Madonna called in America? In America, when it was released, it had a different name.
No idea.
Truth or Dare? And the final question in this specialist round, what is Madonna reported to have had implanted into her lips to make her look even more voluptuous? Quite repulsive, really.
No.
Pieces of cow's bladder. Well, there you go. There you go. But wasn't it worth it? Okay. Kevin, thanks for standing in the spotlight ahead of your 2 colleagues there. Let's see how you did. How did you do, Jenny?
Well, I always thought Madonna played for Argentina, but there you go. Kevin got 4 points, so that brings the total up to 10 for the tilted barrel.
Same procedure now for the Half Moon. They're left with the yellow envelope. Joe Stockwell, let me tell you that the specialist questions in here are on cinema blockbusters. Who is the cinema fan here? You're going to take it yourself, okay? You are in the spotlight, Joe Stockwell. Team captain, on your shoulders it all lies. Here we go. 2 points for correct answer. Which $4 million film made in 1959 starred Charlton Heston as a chariot racer?
Alfred.
No, the other one.
Ben-Hur.
Yeah, wrong choice. Which Alan Parker film told the story of Fat Sam and Dandy Dan and the guns fired cream custards instead of bullets?
Bugsy Malone.
Correct, 2 points. Which film directed by Richard Attenborough told the story of the Allied defeat at Arnhem?
A Bridge Too Far.
Correct, 2 points. Which Moscow doctor gave his name to a David Lean film about World War I and his exile for writing poetry?
Dr. Zhivago.
Correct. Which Indian tale starring Ben Kingsley was told by Richard Attenborough?
Gandhi.
Correct. Who was the director of The Godfather?
Francis Scorsese. Francis Ford Coppola.
I'll give it to you. You knew it. Well done. Which cult movie set in Los Angeles in 2019 stars Harrison Ford as a policeman who destroys intelligent robots?
No idea.
Blade Runner. You heard of that one? Blade Runner. Okay, let's see how you did, Joe.
Ben-Hur was one of my favourite movies. You loved Ben and you hated her. I'm full of them today, aren't I?
Everyone a jam.
Joe scored an extra 10 points, which brings the score up to 16 for the half moon.
Don't forget, you can play Time Please at home if you want to, because there's a special phone line open on 0898 500 114. The lines are open until Sunday. If you get the question correct that's on that line, you're in with the chance of winning £100 worth of pub meals. Hey, how about that? Get Darlene. Well, let's speed it all up a little bit now. Round 3 is 1 minute of quick-fire questions. The tilted barrel, since you're behind at this stage, we'll begin with you. The answers must come through the team captain. Here we go. Your 1 minute begins now. Which country first used paper money?
China.
Correct. 2 points. Which animal did Noah omit to put into the ark?
Pass.
It was the unicorn. Who created Rupert the Bear? Quickly.
Pass. Brownie.
Alfred Bestall. Who wrote the poem The Jumblies?
No, I pass.
Edward Lear. The European Court of Justice is in which country?
Holland.
No, Luxembourg. How many pilgrims appear in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales? Come on,
3.
Tilted Barrel. No, 22. What was the first product advertised on ITV back in 1955?
Coffee.
10 seconds.
Toothpaste.
Toothpaste, Gibbs SR. Who composed the haunting theme music to The World of War?
Pass.
Carl Davis is what I was looking for. That's the end of your 1 minute quick fire. And let's see how you did. How'd they do, Jenny?
I managed an extra 4 points, which brings the total up to 14 points for tilted barrel. Never mind though.
Okay, Half Moon still ahead at this stage. Let's see if they can build on that as we go into their 1 minute of quick fire. In what country can you see the ruins of Angkor Wat?
Thailand.
No, Cambodia. Name the American golfer who won the British Open in 1961 and 62.
Pass.
Arnold Palmer. In what unit is frequency normally expressed?
Don't know.
Hertz. What is the second largest French-speaking city in the world?
Montreal.
It is. To which royal house did Edward IV belong?
York.
The House of York. Well done. In 1977, Sir Francis Chichester was knighted by whose sword?
Sir Francis Drake.
Correct. Which composer did Stravinsky describe as 6 feet of Russian gloom?
Tchaikovsky.
No, Rachmaninoff. Which Welsh seaside resort lies between Great Orme and Little Orme? 5 seconds.
Llandudno.
That's right. Well done. Well done. And that's your minute up. Very good. Half Moon adding to their lead by just how much, Jenny?
By 8 to make it 24, so that's a difference of 10 points. Whew.
Okay, 24 to 14, the Half Moon lead at this stage. We'll take a pause, give us time to catch your breath, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Back here for Time, please. Glad you could join us for part 2 of Time, please, where the Tilted Barrel from Waltham are playing the Half Moon from Poole and Wharfdale. An update on the scores. You were last with us from Jenny.
The tilted barrel have got a score of 14, but in the lead by a whole big 10 points is the Half Moon, and I'm glad too because they're all girls. Yeah!
Okay. Round 4, the specialist round. 6 specialist subjects, the idea being to choose one that hopefully the other team knows absolutely nothing about. And the subjects you have to choose from are South American wildlife, heraldry, the Apollo space program, Yorkshire MPs, deserts, and world religions.
Heraldry.
Heraldry, that's good. Here we go. You have got now 8 questions on heraldry. Can you tell me, what is the term in heraldry for the coloured surface or background on a shield?
No, sorry.
No, it's known as the field. What is a compartment?
It's where the shield is divided up. It's the separate word sections where the emblems are.
That's a good guess, but it's actually, what I've got here is what the supporters of a shield stand upon, but sounds nothing like what you were trying to describe. Right. Joe, once again, what is, quote, the real sign of right of peerage? The real sign of right of peerage. It is a...
Lion?
No, it's a cap of maintenance, which I think they wear in the House of Lords or at the state opening of Parliament and all that sort of thing. Now, if you're holding a shield, what is the dexter side?
The right.
It is indeed, Dexter, the right side. Well done, 2 points. Well, having said that, can you tell me what the left side of a shield is called?
Sinister.
It is indeed, another 2 points. Very impressive, very, very impressive indeed. Rules of heraldry forbid a lady to use a shield, crest, motto or helmet in her own right. What is the one exception to that rule? Who can?
Yeah, the Queen.
The Queen, a reigning queen can. When marrying a wife, not an heiress, the arms of a husband and wife are joined. How are they joined?
Intertwined. Yeah. They're entwined.
They're actually impaled, dividing the shield down the middle, the husband to the right, the wife to the left. In marks of difference, this is the final question in this section. In marks of difference on a heraldic shield, what is the sign for a second sun? The sign for a second sun is...
A lamb?
No, it's actually a crescent for a second sun. So there we go. But you didn't do too badly. You didn't do too badly at all. Just how did they do, Jenny?
Heraldry experts scored 30, an extra 6 points.
Okay, half-mooners, that leaves you with a choice of South American wildlife, Apollo space program, Yorkshire MPs, deserts or world religions. What have you chosen for the opposition?
The Apollo space program.
The Apollo space program, okay. Tilted barrel, here we go. Answers to come through Alan. What was the primary purpose of the Apollo space program?
Put a man on the moon.
It certainly was, before 1970 to be correct, but well done. What Apollo number was the first to be a manned space flight? A manned space flight was Apollo...
7? Apollo 7.
Correct. What was the... going well here. What was the type of rocket used on the first successful moon landing? The rocket was...
Saturn.
It was a Saturn rocket. Saturn V. I tell you, Half Moon, I think you've chosen wrongly here. Which Apollo mission made the first manned flight to the moon but didn't land there? Made the first manned flight to the moon, but it didn't actually land. Must tell you?
11.
8 was the answer I was looking for. What Apollo number designated the first successful moon landing then? Quickly.
11.
It was 11. Well done. Okay. Can you tell me then the name of the lunar module on Apollo 11?
The Eagle.
Yes! Another 2 points. Goodness me, they're pulling back that deficit now. 2 questions left here. What was the base camp called where the 2 astronauts landed?
The Sea of Tranquility.
It was Tranquility Base. Okay, let's see what you can do with this one. This is the final question. What was the name of the orbiting spacecraft that picked up Armstrong and Aldrin from their lunar module? The orbiting spacecraft was called...
The Mothership.
It probably was, but it was probably called a lot of things. It'd been called more if it hadn't have been there, but it was Columbia. You did very well, nonetheless, Tilted Barrel. Let's see just how you've altered the scores then at the end of round 4.
They were brilliant, but of course Epworth is nearer the moon than Paul in Wharfdale. But right, they scored an extra 12 points, which brings the score up to 26 for the Tilted Barrel.
Okay, there's still an awful lot to play for as we enter the 5th and the final round. Those scores very, very close indeed. Here is where the game can be lost or won. This is 2 minutes of quick-fire questions. The teams both have buzzers and bells in front of you. Let me just test if those are working. The tilted barrel will press something that sounds like this. Yes, and you in the half moon have a horn that sounds like that. Okay, here we go. The 2 minutes to decide the outcome of this round of Time Please begins now. Whom did George Bernard Shaw call the one genius produced by Hollywood? Half moon.
Charles Chaplin.
Correct. Which character becomes King of Scotland at the end of Macbeth? Anyone? Half moon?
Duncan.
That is incorrect. The answer was Malcolm. Who wrote the music for the West End stage show Mutiny? Who wrote the music? Half moon.
David Essex.
He did, and he sang it as well. Which plant can grow up to 3 feet in 24 hours? Tilted barrel?
Bamboo.
Correct. Of what are you frightened if you suffer from astrophobia? Tilted barrel?
Space.
No. Thunder and lightning. 2 points deducted. Which engineer, father and son, built the first tunnel under the Thames? Any takers? The answer was Isambard Kingdom and Mark Brunel. What is the most conspicuous object in the Vale of Avalon? It is Glastonbury Tor. What is the first daily TV serial, or what was it, to be shown in Britain? It was called... Half Moon?
Coronation Street.
No, 2 points deducted. Sixpenny Corner. In which sport can you score an overbump or a bump? Anyone? 45 seconds remaining. Rowing. Which sea is between the Azores and the West Indies? Any takers? Saragosso. How many children visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in Roald Dahl's book? Audience quiet, please.
6.
Incorrect. 5 is the answer. In 1903, Lord Russell was the first person to own what? Lord Russell. Quickly. The first car registration plate, A1. Rudyard Kipling had a cousin who was Prime Minister of the UK. Who was he? His cousin was... somebody? Stanley Baldwin. Who wrote the theme music for the TV program Edge of Darkness? Any takers? Chicken. Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton. Well, I have a feeling that for the tilted barrel, being cautious on the buzzer was doing them no good at all. Let's see if that's reflected in the end score.
Well, the lads, yeah, from the tilted barrel are at a standstill with 26. But the girls from the half moon, even though they've dropped 2 points to number 28, are still our winners. Ta-da. Well done.
So, the ladies from the half moon, tonight's winners in the closest of matches, only one question dividing the teams. That was the difference that kept them apart, eh?
Nothing's going to keep us apart, though, is it, Eamon?
Oh, well, think of that, I should say. Good night. See you next week. Bye-bye.
And Time Please returns at the same time next week.
Any excuse just to have another jar, but we're not that bothered if they're running out of beer.